Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday, February 2nd, the NBA. I have three picks we're going to dive into in just one moment. As always, my name's Austin. We begin with a recap of yesterday, a 1-2 day, but technically we basically break even because our one winner was our Austin Reeves play, a 2-unit play. He soared over. I could have taken his 25 plus like I really liked, but hey, the 2 units will certainly take it. Our two losers, Trae Young was a bad read. Of course, he was going to go nuclear the day after we took him and he stunk. DeMar, I'm a little bit angry about. He had 13 at halftime, went 5 of 15. He had plenty of field goal attempts, just did not come through. We'll dive into our three picks in just one moment. We need to address the elephant in the room, and I put it in the title. Luka Doncic traded, and I got my brow shirt here for Anthony Davis. I woke up, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll spend the next few minutes giving you my thoughts, and then we'll dive into today's picks. What the heck happened? I woke up. I didn't really. The only game last night was Suns Blazers, so I went to bed and I wake up and I check my notifications and stuff. First one I see, Luka traded for Anthony Davis, and I'm like, I must be still dreaming. What happened? And so obviously I've been doing a lot of research and reading people's thoughts and stuff over the last few hours. Like what? How? I don't know. From my standpoint, the Mavs got fleeced. And I understand the Mavs maybe have a better chance. Well, maybe not a better chance of winning this season because honestly, having Luka on your team is about as good of a chance as any because he just led you to the NBA Finals. Just feels weird. I mean, all the reports you're seeing is that Luka didn't request a trade. This came out of the blue to everyone. And then they just kind of called up the Lakers and say, hey, we got Luka. You interested? Yeah, damn right I'm interested. If you tell any team Luka's available, they're probably going to be interested. He's probably one of the top, 3 players in the NBA. There's probably, if we're talking about untouchable players in the NBA, players you would call and be like, I ain't trading that guy. I would put Luka in that conversation. Now, the only guy I feel like that might be in that conversation is probably Victor Wembanyama. I mean, maybe you could argue Giannis for what he's done for Milwaukee, he brought a championship there, but again, this trade feels very, very weird. It just doesn't make a lot of sense why we would make this move. Now, maybe I would get it if it was like Luka had a torn Achilles and something like that. Maybe he was out a year or two, or maybe you're just not sure what's happening. But as of right now, knock on wood, it's just some calf strain, and he should be back. I think they were said targeting a return sometime in February, maybe mid-February. This trade doesn't make any sense. And I like Anthony Davis. He does not get enough credit for how healthy he has been. Knock on wood. He is injured right as we speak, which is kind of ironic. But he's been knock on wood last year. What did he play? 78, 81 games, something crazy. This year he's been more or less pretty healthy. I get it. He has the fragile AD stuff from years past, but again, he's been healthy recently. But again, he's 31 years old. He is on the back end of his career. How many more years does he play? I would say it's probably less than 5 or 6. If I had to guess, we don't see big men really go too far into their, late 30s and be really, really good. This trade just makes no sense to me. Props to the Laker fans. It's a day to celebrate. I don't know what the rest of the trade deadline looks at. I saw some like LeBron to the Warriors has some legs to it. In my opinion, you don't trade LeBron James. I probably would have said the same thing about Luka, though. So who the heck knows? If I'm the Lakers, I'm probably looking at trying to get a center now, maybe looking at a Walker Kessler or Robert Williams, someone that won't cost you a ton. But I'm just shocked that this is all they could get for Luka Doncic. And the fact that they just called up the Lakers without Luka walking into the office saying, I'm only want to be traded to the Lakers, and that's it. So weird. So weird. I don't know what to think at this moment. I mean, I don't know if I would have slept last night knowing this happened at whatever past midnight. Still an insane move. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. But like I said, props to the Lakers. I get it. The Mavs are still going to be good. We'll see what AD looks like at the 5. But trading a 25-year-old top 3 player for, a 31-year-old on the back end of his career, AD's been really good this year, but he's not Luka Doncic. And now we'll see Luka or AD play at the 4. But again, this trade, I don't know. Mavs Nation, I don't know how you guys are feeling about this one, but this is one of the weirder trades we've ever seen. This could arguably be the biggest trade in NBA history. You just don't see 2 guys that are as good as Luka and AD really get traded, but more really Luka. You don't see top 3, 5 players in the NBA get traded. So we'll see. Who knows when Luka suits up? Who knows what the Lakers have in store for the rest of the deadline? This probably really kickstarted the NBA trade deadline, which was on Thursday. So I don't know. That's going to be about my thoughts on this trade insanity. Yeah, kind of at a loss for words of what went down last night. And yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And that's kind of been when I'm watching some other people react to it, they're like, what? So well, RIP to my brow shirt and the purple and gold. Just to switch these out. But hey, it's gonna be a very interesting trade deadline with all the guys on the move. I enjoyed seeing D-Book and Kevin Durant react to it on the bench. They're like, what? I don't know. I don't know, guys. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm curious what you guys are feeling. But we got to dive into the 3 plays today, and let's try to get things going. We got 3 plays, all one unit. Let's start with former Luka Doncic teammate, another guy that they traded, and people are like, I don't know how you're trading this guy. He's pretty good. That would be Kristaps Porzingis, over 18.5 points, my first play of the day. Currently minus 108 on FanDuel. I really don't know if this moves from 18.5. I also like a points and assist line, but most books aren't going to offer a PA line for Kristaps, so just take the points. Now, the Celtics are on the road taking on the Sixers. So Sixers have been playing pretty good ball as of late. We've talked about the Sixers too. What do they do really good defensively right now? Limit the pull-up 2-pointers and 3-pointers. So again, they are limiting and they're allowing the fewest pull-up 2s and 3s in the NBA. So I really think that limits the production of guys like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. But what they have become is a funnel to catch and shoot guys. And Kristaps is one of their biggest catch and shoot guys. And obviously, we think about the Sixers defense. They don't have Joel Embiid in there. They could see the return of Andre Drummond today. If Drummond's back, I love this pick even more. But I anticipate Yabusele starting at the 5. And we've seen Kristaps been one of the more consistent players in the NBA this season. Over this line in 14 to 24 games. Now, there are 2 games in there where he did not hit the over. And you could look at them. One of them was right here. He played 11 minutes. And another one against the Sixers, actually. He got injured. Only played 13 minutes and 9 points, 8 field goal attempts. So, if you remove, those 2 games, you say, all right, well, we only want games playing at least 20 minutes, over 14 to 22. So 63%. Now, he's had some close L's recently. Pelicans shot 5 of 12. Not the best matchup. Obviously, Tatum had a big game there. The Rockets, not a good matchup for him at all. Scored 17, only 8 shots here. I anticipate this being a much better matchup where he gets some opportunities. Now, obviously, Kristaps scores a quarter of his points in the restricted area where the Sixers are third to last. But again, they've become a good spot for pick and roll pops. Spot up shooting, much better than they were. 8th early on in the season, much better now. At the end of the day, I think this is a terrific spot for him. Obviously, head-to-head, didn't play well this year, but last year, pretty good games, 29 and 23. Granted, let's keep in mind, Joel Embiid was playing in these games. But again, if I am the Sixers here and I got Kristaps, I'm probably going to let him go one-on-one on Yabusele. We see Kristaps get in the post against mismatches, and the Celtics will give it to him, and they'll clear out. If I'm the Sixers, I'm living with those shots. Pull up, fadeaway 2s over my center and Yabusele or Drummond. I'm going to live with those shots. So again, I see them living with those instead of saying, hey, fine. Oh, we're scared of Kristaps in the post. Let's go double him and let's leave Jason Tatum and Kristaps or Derek White wide open from 3 or Peyton Pritchard. That just would be idiotic. So I think you'll see Kristaps get in the post a good amount, also get some pop opportunities. Yabusele, I'm going to be honest, can't guard him. Drummond can't either. I think it's a great spot to back Kristaps Porzingis. I know he just saw his former teammate get traded. Let's hope he shows up tonight. Second pick, we're going to go to another big man, another guy that can stretch the floor, and hopefully these two guys are knocking down some threes because I need him to. Brook Lopez over 1.5 3-pointers made, minus 125 on Bet365. I personally would play this about minus 140-ish. I don't mind his over in points, which is, I think, 11, 12.5. But I do like the over in threes a little bit more. We just need 2 shots to go in. Simple as that. I do like Damian Lillard over in assists. So if you're looking for like a juice reducer, I don't love Dame at 6, but I'm pretty confident he gets you at least 5. Fortunately, you can't take that on FanDuel until they bring out the alt lines. But again, I do like Brook to bang home 2 threes tonight. Now, if you look at Brook Lopez, and first need to talk about this matchup, the Grizzlies, currently who he faces, the Bucks face the Grizzlies. Grizzlies currently allowing the 7th most points per game, 8th most threes to centers in his last 6 games versus last 8 games versus Memphis. He's averaged 2.5 threes per game, attempting about 7 threes as well. And we saw earlier this season, if you were to look at Brook Lopez, how did he do earlier this season versus him? He went over. He had 3 threes, shot 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. So again, a pretty good game there. Only played 24 minutes though. Now, obviously, a big news here is Bobby Portis still remains out. I'm not going to sort with Bobby Portis out because you'll see there's not a lot of games here, but 5 played 40 minutes here, 41 minutes here. This game 35, this game 35. The last game they got smoked by the Spurs, only played 24 minutes. But again, 0 for 3 here, 3 for 9, 1 for 4 against the Jazz. Not a great matchup for him. 3 for 7, and then 5 of 8. So again, the field goal attempts have been there. I have no idea what's going on with Bobby Portis, but hopefully he's been out for personal reasons. Hopefully everything's good in his family. I tried to look it up and nothing really was out there. But again, when we've seen him play 15 of 30 games, he's over this line. At home, a little bit better, 14 of 24. And we haven't even talked about the matchup. And we need to obviously address this matchup first. The Grizzlies. Who do the Grizzlies start? They're going out there and they're starting. John Morant is doubtful, but we're going to have Zach Edey at the 5. He's probably not going to play a ton, but he's at the 5. He doesn't want to go out to the three-point line. Brandon Clark comes in and plays some minutes too. So we got JJJ who probably draws Giannis. I mean, Brook's going to be out there to guard this team. So I expect him to play a good amount of minutes. And I honestly think with Edey in there, he could bang home 2 threes in the first quarter and wouldn't really shock me. I don't mind, honestly, his over in first quarter points, which is 2.5. But again, I'd rather just go full game and trust him to knock down 2. And I really think the volume's going to be there given how many threes this team allows. I mean, this is a team that's 26th in three-point attempts allowed. So I really think you're going to see Brook Lopez get you at least 4 attempts. When he has 4 attempts over in 21 of 30 games, 4 attempts at home, a little bit better. If 4 attempts versus teams that are in the bottom half of the league in threes, pretty solid as well. I mean, I think he attempts at least 4. There's a chance for 5, which if he attempts 5, I mean, you're looking at a very good track record. He's coming off that game where he went 0 for 3 from 3. Typically 0 for 1 here. Not a game matchup against the Raptors, but when he goes 0 for, he's normally firing him up. He should get 30 minutes here if this game is not a blowout. And then when you look at his track record, when he sees 30 or more minutes, 19 to 30. This is not even good matchups, and this is a great matchup for him. So again, I really like Brook to bang home 2 threes tonight. Give me his over 1.5 threes at -125. I'll take it. Second play of the day. Third play of the day. This one is pretty easy to take. It's Jalen Duren's double-double. You can take it as yes, over 0.5. I like his double-double. You can make the parlay of him to get 10 points and 10 rebounds. You can do whatever you want with Jalen Duren. Typically, the 10 points, 10 rebounds SGP is worse value than the double-double here. So make sure you check it out. It's -125 on FanDuel, -1. I'd probably hit up at -140. Now, his points and rebounds line, which is probably what a lot of you guys have out there, that is 24.5. In my opinion, the fact is that 24.5 is a pretty good indicator that they think he has a good game. And I don't know if he's getting to 24.5 without having 10 points and 10 rebounds, which would be a double-double. He's been playing really well as of late. I don't see that changing today. I think it's still another great matchup for him. Now, you look at Duren over this line in 7 of his last 9 games. Sure, he went under in these most recent 2. On the season, only 20 of 45 with the double-double. So a little bit less than 50%. If you look at when he gets the minutes, though, 25 minutes, over in 56% of games, including pretty hot recently. There's always been a problem with foul trouble for him. But I see him avoiding foul trouble here. Nikola Vucevic, the number 1 guy, center for Chicago. That is who he's going to guard. And he's had really good numbers versus Vooch. These are all games against Vucevic. Now, 4 and 8, whatever. But you see double-digit rebounds. This was a game earlier this year, 15 points, 22 rebounds. He had 12 offensive rebounds. Again, double-double in 4 straight versus Vooch. 18 rebounds here. I'm not too concerned about the points. Maybe call me crazy, but you look at Jalen Duren, and we'll begin first talking about his points because we obviously need 10 points. Okay, come here. We look at how he scores. 84% of his points are in the restricted area, where the Bulls rank 30th defensively. You see the putbacks, 25th defensively. So, I mean, a putback would be ideal for us because he's getting a rebound and putting it in transition, whatever. Pick and roll, man, 30th or dead last. So, again, they've been a pretty bad defense, and we've seen him be pretty consistent getting to the 10 points. I mean, 22 of his last 30. When you see him play, 25 or more minutes, which is hopefully what we can get today, 25 or more minutes, he's over in 21 of his last 30. His misses are in tough matchups against Cleveland here, Miami, the Bucks, hard matchup, Magic, tough. Celtics, not a good one for him either. Again, the Heat, Jazz, whatever, not a lot of volume there. So again, he's been pretty good at getting the 10 points. And I think this really comes down to rebounds. And like I said, he's their number 1 rebounder. He's been rebounding the ball well lately. 24 rebound chances here. The Bulls are a super fast-paced team. I'll take my chances here. He's really been playing well, and I really think he can get us a double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Both of his lines is 11 and his lines 11 and a half rebounds, points line at 12 and a half. If I can get double-double at minus 125, I'll take a chance here. I think those are very similar lines to what you get from like Rudy Gobert, and his double-double line, at least in years past, was like minus 180, minus 200. So, hey, I'll take a chance here on Jalen Duren. I think he can grab a double-double. Early start at 3 p.m., so you could see maybe some bricks early in this game. Beef Stew is back, so he'll be back in there. But again, I see maybe Cade Cunningham dishing it to Jalen Duren, easy lay-ins. He's honestly just more physical than Vucevic, and Vucevic can kind of be a baby soft on the defensive end. So I really do like his double-double props. My 3 plays of the day to recap them right now. Kristaps over 18.5 points. Brook Lopez over 1.5 threes, and Jalen Duren to record a double-double, my 3 plays of the day. Let's go 3-0. Let's have a sweep. We're well overdue a sweep. Certainly, hopefully, we can get that done. Now, I have nothing else to address for the Luka to the Lakers. That's still nuts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Tomorrow's video might be a little bit weird. Over the next few days, videos might be a little bit weird. As you guys probably know, I've talked about it in a few videos. I'm heading out to San Francisco to do some things with DubClub, but also to go to the Warriors and Magic game. Talk about 2 teams that are absolute cheeks right now. Warriors and Magic. We'll see how that game goes. But again, I'll go out to that game on Monday. So we'll be hanging out pregame. If you follow me on Twitter or X, we'll probably tweet out where we're at. So definitely, if you are in the Bay Area, feel free to come by. We'll be somewhere nearby the stadium, probably at least an hour or 2 before the game starts. So I'll tweet it out. But again, the videos might be a little bit more delayed given that's on the West Coast, and I don't know what my body will do. I don't know. We'll figure out what time I wake up and stuff like that. But the videos, you'll still get a video. So don't you worry. I'll still be cranking up the content. Just they might be a little bit later than normal. But either way, let me know your thoughts on the Luka for Anthony Davis trade. Let's have a great Sunday. And I'll see you guys back again tomorrow with some more picks. And yeah, let's hopefully go 3-0. Kristaps, Brook, and Jalen Duren, 3 centers. Do your jobs. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace.